Hey everybody. So I'm here to record my first session role play, and just to kind of start off in the first segment, um, how would I begin the first meeting in terms of laying out goals, structures, and starting to join with the family and gather their trust? Of course, introduction would be the first and foremost thing that I would do. So just kind of give an idea or a visual. Let's say that the family is waiting out in the lobby for me to come and get them. And so I will come to the lobby from my office to gather the family together. And in doing so, I would introduce myself there to the whole family and let them know that we will be leaving the lobby to go to my office to continue our session for today. And um, on arriving to my office, I would ask everyone to take a seat, not giving any direction on as far as how they should sit down or how they should arrange themselves, but I will totally leave that up to them. Um, I may give some uh, general info about my office, where things are at, certain books that I may be using, if there may be pictures on my desk and so forth. May give a little information about myself. Um, but as everyone is, obtaining their seats and we're all getting comfortable, I may just introduce myself again. And after introducing myself again, I would go around the room and allow everyone to introduce themselves as an individual. And so for this particular session, just to kind of give some names to everyone, um, mom will be Brenda, dad will be William, the daughter will be Kelly, and the son will be David. And so as we continue on through the first segment, um, I will kind of give some rules for the first session, um, letting the family know that uh, to try to keep any um, fussing to a minimum. If need be, let's not fuss at all. No interrupting anyone else while they're speaking, and just to hopefully um, bring more um, trust um, to me from the family. I will let them know that the session is completely confidential, unless anything was life threatening for self harm or anything in the nature. I would let them know that um, I would have to get someone else involved. Uh, to continue on, apologize, kind of sick here. Um, while the family is talking and or introducing themselves, me personally as a therapist, I will kind of do some observing to see how they interact with one another as far as their verbal communication as well as their nonverbal communication. I would try to observe who may be the more dominant speaker, who's less likely to interact, um, observe body movement, uh, um, just to try to gather as much information as I can as far as what information they may provide or even the information that's provided by their nonverbal communication that I'm looking at as well. And just kind of starting off, leading into the discussion. Since mom was the person who was asked to have sessions, I would ask mom about what brought her here for sessions. Um, After getting her feedback, I would take the time to just go around the room to see what everybody else's thought is on why they're here for the session, and from there, I would kind of just use some of the information that's gathered to kind of lead into other questions that would kind of open up for more discussion. The second segment, um, what might I say to interrupt any bickering or blaming that the parents may start? to do with each other. Once any bickering begins, I would try to interrupt as quickly as possible, just kind of reminding the parents that conflict or arguing between couples, it happens, but just remind them that that we're not here for that today, and if needed, maybe we can have some individual sessions with them on an individual basis or as a couple to maybe try to diffuse or to dig a little bit deeper into what may be going on with them as well. And or maybe ask some questions on maybe like, what just happened? What was it what happened that caused you to get upset or angry? Because those emotions are okay, but maybe let's try to figure out, what triggered you to want to have an argument with your spouse. And maybe that'll kind of give us a little bit more information on what's going on in the family, because some of those things can kind of be a ripple effect and could cause other emotions to stir up within the kids. For my third segment, how might you end the session, including any homework that you might suggest? I think I really love some of the information that we were able to read. And one thing that stuck out to me that I really liked was talking about the structural mapping. I think family history is it gives so much more information to what can be happening in the present. And so maybe giving them homework, giving them instruction first, and then giving them homework on how to do an echo map or echo map to try to see how mom and dad interacted with their parents, to see the flow or the consistency of their relationships with mom and dad or maybe siblings, because their relationships with their parents could maybe affect the way they interact with their kids. And so I think that will be an awesome start with mom and dad, as well as working with the kids, because this will give the kids an opportunity to get some more information about their grandparents and maybe aunts and uncles. I would also even suggest to the kids to write down anywhere from 3 to 5 things that may trigger them. What are their triggers? What are their likes and dislikes? What are some things that may calm them down, or what do they do to take their mind off stress? And also suggest that the family identify a location in the home, a day, and a time that they can come together as a family and have open discussion. Have open discussion and maybe even allow that to be a game night. So that will give them opportunity to be able to work with one another, to get a chance to really understand each other's feelings, how they express their feelings, their likes and their dislikes, and to let them know that to be ready for open discussion on how they were able to express their emotions one with another. And so I think for this particular recording, that is all I have. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know things I can correct, things that need to be added. I'm really tired over here, and so I'm hoping I did my best on this video. But you guys have a good night.